Drive Safe Kalamazoo is a nonprofit organization, but it's also a registered student organization on Western Michigan University's campus. It's comprised of about 1,000 volunteers as well as 15 executive board members. And basically what we do is we take students home on our nights of operations in order to ensure the safety of our community by allowing them an alternate option instead of drinking and driving or making unwise decisions. First thing that we ask you to do is visit us on our website at www.drivesafekalamazoo.com. There we have all of our training session dates outlined for you, as well as their location and time. So go there, find your training session date that will work for your schedule, and go ahead and attend it, because in order to be a member of DSK, you do have to attend a training session. Once you've done that, as I said before, you are qualified to do any of the positions for DSK as a general member, and you can come and sign up for a night of operations via the email that we send out every week. Once a volunteer has gone through our training session, they are then qualified to perform the duties of the navigator, the driver, the operator, the dispatch, and then of course we have an executive board member who performs the duty as the director in charge on the nights of operations.
1, 2, 3, 4 are going to call dispatch 1, and cars 5, 6, and 7 are going to call dispatch 2. If you call your dispatch and you don't get an answer, wait 2 minutes and then try back again. Don't call the other dispatch, and do not call the director phone. So just and then most likely they'll call you back because they can see when you call on the phone. You're going to call the patron.
The operator is the person who answers the patron phone calls. They're pretty much the front lines of DSK, and they're the first person that the patron speaks
14,
with.
No. 12. Was that Euclid?
It'd be the current wait time is about 20 minutes. You can always call back after you're done eating.
Okay, and you're going to.
Just no food in the car, period. Sorry.
We have our dispatch, who takes the information that was provided from the operator and puts it into our system called Ride Tracker, which then is passed along to our navigator inside of the car, who is one of the 2 people that we have in the car due to risk management procedures.
It's going to be a group of 3 people. You're going to take them to the ARBs. Phone number is 847
6. All right.
668 3334.
The navigator is responsible for passing that information along to the driver in a way that they'll be able to just take it and drive, because the last thing is the driver, and they are responsible solely for driving. We don't ask them to do anything else because it is a safe operation. And then of course we have our director in charge, which is a trained executive board member, and every night they are responsible for just overseeing the night of operations and dealing with any risk management that may arise. So a typical night of operations would go as follows. The individual, which would be the executive board member first, would be arriving to the apartment at 9:00 p.m. to start the setup and getting everything ready for the night, including organizing the volunteers and calling for people to take the vans out and picking up the volunteers who require rides. At about 10 o'clock, the actual volunteers start showing up, and then at about 10:05, we start the entire process of the night, which starts with a refresher training, introduction, as well as your positional assignments.
And you can take a marker and write it on the board. So my name is Anthropology. I'm your director in charge for the night. In car 1 is going to be Spencer and Dana. In car 2 is Sean and Christine.
Is it Christine? Like that?
Yes.
Car 3 is Ryan and Sarah.
H or no H?
8 with an H.
Okay.
Sorry. Car number 4 is Brad and Lindsay. Car number 5 is Jeff and Emily. Car 6 is Eric and Shakira.
Eric, C, K.
C.
C. I had it written down. It's like this, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Good job. And car 7 is Kyle and Caitlin.
I don't know. 8, but not Catherine.
Not Catherine.
As I called you. Oh, actually.
2 operators will be John and Danielle.
There you go. Alright, I think I said it right.
And dispatch is going to be Nicole and Marissa.
Everybody's watching it. I don't like it. I don't like it. That one's really hard. I'm not lying. But it's there.
11 o'clock p.m. everybody goes out onto the streets and begins the night of operations by taking people home.
I can just feel myself walking. In the road. Okay, now the panic button should tell me what we're in.
In an average DSK ride, the patron would call Drive Safe Kalamazoo, our hotline number at 345-0375. They would give the operator all of the information that is required. The operator would pass that information over to our dispatch, who would then pass that information on to the navigator of the car. The navigator is positioned inside of the car and would take down the information and then give it to the driver, tell them where to go. If they need to do some navigation via map and GPS or whatever it may be, they can help the driver find the location. Once they've reached the location, they give the patron the call and they go ahead and come out, and we require them to show their Bronco ID and say their name out loud so that we know that it's them who has asked for the ride. And once they've done that, they're allowed into the car. They sign what's called a release and hold harmless agreement, which is basically a legal document on behalf of Drive Safe Kalamazoo. And then they they go on with the ride. And the ride usually takes probably 5 to 10 minutes. That's the shortest part of the entire process. Once they've dropped them off, we just kindly ask for any spare change in the form of donations that they may have. And then finally they're dropped off at their destination and we ask them to have a wonderful and safe night. This is kind of the behind the scenes stuff that a lot of our patrons don't see. But after Drive Safe Kalamazoo ends, we don't actually end. We have a whole bunch of stuff that we have to do. Our volunteers, basically the only thing they have to do is go through what we call a debriefing process, which is with the director in charge. This is kind of a risk management thing that we do so that people can give us an opportunity to tell us how the night went, maybe tell us some information they wouldn't be comfortable sharing in front of a group of people, so that we know what to fix in the future with operations, or maybe that we know who to pair them with in the future for volunteering. And then after the debriefing is all finished, we count all of our donations, we count all of our rides, we get all the statistics down and put into our system. We take all of the paperwork and compile it into a pile, and then on Saturday night we take it all back to our operations office where we file it away. And we basically clean the apartment, get everything ready for the next night of operations, and then we are free to go home. It usually takes about an hour for this whole post-operations procedures.